Picture this. It's the end of the month. You just got paid. You check your bank account, and something feels off. You didn't go on any crazy shopping sprees. You didn't buy anything expensive. But somehow, there's way less money than there should be. So you start scrolling through your statement, and that's when you see them. $15.49 to Netflix. $10.99 to Spotify. $14.99 to Amazon Prime. $13.99 to Disney Plus. $9.99 to iCloud. $19.99 to that app you signed up for during a free trial 6 months ago. Just these little charges, $10 here, $15 there, individually. They feel harmless. It's just $10, right? But here's the thing nobody tells you. Those small monthly subscriptions, they're not small at all. That $10 subscription costs you $120 a year, every single year, for as long as you keep it. And when you actually add up all of them, not just the ones you remember, but the ones running quietly in the background, the average person is spending between $800 and $1,000 per year. That's not a typo. $1,000. For most people, that's 2 full weeks of work. Just gone. Paying for stuff you barely even use. Now here's what most people don't realize. This isn't an accident. Companies have spent billions of dollars engineering these subscriptions to work exactly this way. To feel small. To be forgettable. To slip under your radar. So over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to break down exactly how this trap works, why your brain falls for it every single time, and most importantly, how to escape it and put that $1,000 back in your pocket. Sound good? Let's dive in. Okay, so subscriptions haven't always been this predatory. Let's rewind to like 2007. Back then, if you wanted something, you bought it. $20 for a DVD, $15 for a CD. Done. You owned it. Netflix at the time? They were still mailing DVDs. You paid $8 a month, which honestly felt like a great deal because Blockbuster was charging you $5 per rental. But then something shifted. In 2011, Netflix goes all in on streaming. No more DVDs, just unlimited content for one monthly price. And Wall Street lost their minds. Because here's what they realized. Subscription revenue is the most predictable, most valuable revenue a company can have. When you sell someone a product, you gotta convince them to buy again next month. That's hard. That's expensive. But a subscription? Once they sign up, they pay you forever until they take action to stop. And companies learn something kinda disturbing. Most people never take that action. There's a study from 2022 by West Monroe Partners. They found that people waste, on average, $273 per year on subscriptions they forgot about. $273. Just evaporating. Now you might be thinking, okay, but I'm not one of those people. I'd notice. Would you? Here's a quick test. Without looking, name every subscription you're paying for right now. Did you remember that Adobe free trial you started 8 months ago? The Audible account you used once in 2021? The New York Times subscription you signed up for during the election? Yeah, that's what I thought. And this isn't your fault, by the way. This is where it gets really interesting. Because companies don't want you to remember. They've spent millions of dollars figuring out exactly how to make you forget. There are 3 specific strategies companies use to keep you subscribed. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. Trap number 1. The frictionless start, the painful exit. Signing up for a subscription is stupid easy, right? Download app, enter email, tap, start free trial. Boom, you're in. Takes like 45 seconds. Canceling. Oh, that's a whole different story. Let me walk you through canceling Amazon Prime. First, you go to Accounts and Lists, then Prime Membership. Then you click Update, cancel, and more. Then, end membership. Then they ask, are you sure? Then they show you everything you'll lose. Then they offer you a discount to stay. Then they ask one more time if you're really, truly, definitely sure. That's not an accident. There's a term for this in behavioral psychology: friction. Companies add zero friction to signing up and maximum friction to canceling. Planet Fitness is the worst. You can sign up online in 2 minutes. But to cancel, you have to either mail them a certified letter or show up in person. A certified letter. In 2024, they're literally banking on the fact that canceling feels like more work than just paying another $10. And for most people, it is. Trap number 2, the incremental price creep. Here's the second trap, and this one's sneaky. You ever heard of the boiling frog metaphor? If you throw a frog into boiling water, it jumps out immediately. But if you put it in cool water and slowly raise the temperature, it doesn't notice until it's too late. That's exactly how subscription pricing works. Let's look at Netflix. 2010, $7.99 per month. 2014, $8.99. 2017, $10.99. 2019, $12.99. 2022, $15.49. 2024, $15.49 standard, $22.99. Premium. That's a 188% increase in 14 years. But they didn't jump from $8 to $23 overnight. They raised it $1 or $2 at a time. Just enough that you think, ugh, annoying, but whatever. And here's the kicker. They all do it at the same time. Spotify raises prices in July. YouTube Premium raises them in August. Disney Plus in October. So you can't even pinpoint which one to be mad at. It just feels like everything costs more now. Which, yeah, it does. Now, look, I'm not saying these companies are evil. They're businesses. They're trying to maximize profit. That's literally their job. But your job is to protect your money. Which brings me to trap number 3. Trap number 3, the sunk cost fallacy. This one messes people up the most. Let's say you've had Spotify Premium for 3 years. You've built playlists. You've downloaded albums. You've got your whole music library there. Now you're thinking about canceling because you barely use it anymore. But then your brain goes, well, I've already spent like $400 on this. If I cancel now, all that's wasted. That, my friends, is the sunk cost fallacy. The money you already spent is gone. It's spent. Whether you keep subscribing or not doesn't change that. The only question that matters is this subscription worth it moving forward? Not, have I used it in the past? Not, did I spend time setting it up? Just, if I had to sign up for this today, would I? If the answer is anything other than an immediate yes, cancel it. You can always resubscribe later if you actually miss it. Spoiler alert, you usually don't. Act 3, the real math, 6:45 to 8:15. Okay, let's actually do the math on this. I'm going to use a pretty standard subscription stack. This is what a lot of people have without even realizing it. Netflix Standard, $15.49 per month Spotify. Premium, $10.99. Disney Plus, $13.99. YouTube Premium, $13.99. Amazon Prime, $14.99. Gym membership, $40 iCloud, 200 gigabytes, $2.99. ChatGPT Plus, $20 Adobe Creative Cloud, $54.99. The New York Times, $17. That's $205.42 per month. Multiply that by 12 months, $2,465 per year. Now, deep breath. For the median American household making about $60,000 a year, that's 4% of your gross income. 4% of everything you earn. Going to subscriptions. And here's what kills me. A lot of these, you're not even using. A study by C+R Research found that people use less than half of their paid subscriptions regularly. So let's be conservative and say you're wasting just 30% of that. That's $740 a year. Just gone. What could you do with an extra $740? That's a flight somewhere. That's an emergency fund. That's literally paying off a credit card. Instead, it's paying for a gym you haven't been to since March and a meditation app you opened twice. Act 4. How to fix this. Right now, 8:15 to 9:30. All right, enough doom and gloom. Let's fix this. Here's exactly what you do, step by step. Step 1. The audit. Go through your bank and credit card statements for the last 3 months. Highlight every single recurring charge. Don't skip this. You will find subscriptions you forgot about. I did this last year and found a Hulu subscription I'd been paying for since 2019. I haven't watched Hulu since The Handmaid's Tale Season 2. That's $160. Gone. Step 2. The brutal question. For each subscription, ask yourself, if I had to resubscribe to this today, would I? Not, might I use this someday? Not, I used to love this. Would you pay for it today? If it's not a hard yes, cancel it. Step 3. Use virtual cards. Here's a pro move. Use services like privacy.com or your bank's virtual card feature. When you start a free trial, use a virtual card that you can instantly destroy. When the trial ends and they try to charge you, payment fails, subscription auto-cancels, no awkward cancellation process, no forgotten charges. Step 4. Calendar reminders. The second you subscribe to something, even if you love it, set a calendar reminder 2 days before it renews. Gives you a chance to ask yourself, am I still using this? If yes, great. If no, you've got 48 hours to cancel. Step 5. Annual greater than monthly. Sometimes. If there's a subscription you know you'll use all year, like Amazon Prime or Spotify, pay annually. You usually save 15 to 20%, and it forces you to make a conscious decision once a year instead of letting it slide every month. Look, companies have spent billions of dollars figuring out how to get you to subscribe and forget. They've hired behavioral psychologists. They've run A/B tests on millions of people. They've engineered every pixel of their apps to keep you paying, and it works. But here's the thing. It only works if you're not paying attention. The second you audit your subscriptions, set up reminders, and start asking that one question, would I pay for this today? You take back control. And yeah, maybe you only save $500 a year. Maybe it's $1,000. That's still your money. Money that could go towards something you actually care about instead of some app you used twice in 2022. So do me a favor. Right after this video, spend 15 minutes. Pull up your bank statement. Find the subscriptions. Cancel the ones you don't use. Future you, like literally you in 3 months, is going to be so grateful you did. Look, I spend way too much time breaking down this kind of stuff so you don't have to. If this helped you see subscriptions differently, or if you just realized you're about to save a bunch of money, hit that like button so more people can find this, and subscribe if you want more breakdowns that actually help you keep more of your paycheck instead of handing it to some corporation. Comment below with the wildest subscription you found that you forgot you were paying for. I guarantee someone's going to have a crazier one than mine. All right, go get your money back. See you in the next one.